Hi guys and welcome, I'm Phil Parker. Today I'm going to talk about something that is central to a lot of what I do, both in terms of the lightning process and helping people with NLP, helping people to change how they feel about stuff, feeling more prepared for adventures and explorations that they're doing, working with peak performers. And that is all about how to change states. So if you're interested in how to change states, then this is the one for you. It's a question I get asked a lot. So first of all, let's just clarify what I'm talking about. Changing states means, let's say something's annoying you and you realise it's not the best response. Maybe it's a customer, maybe it's a child, maybe it's a family member, or at work, and you're starting to feel you're getting grumpy or annoyed or frustrated, and you realise it's not a good choice. We would say at that point you are in the wrong state. It's not a useful state for you. You know that if you carry on in this state, everything's just going to go worse for you and everybody else involved. And we're not saying it's not right or appropriate that you're annoyed in that situation. They may have done something really, really annoying. The question is with states, not is this an appropriate response? Is this the righteous response? The question to ask about states is this the most useful response? Is this going to help you to get what you want out of that situation? And as I said many times on these videos and in my books, one of the things that I found with humans, us humans, all of us, is that we are really good, really bad at being in the right state. We very often are in not the most useful state for the situation that we find ourselves in. So a classic example would be interviews. In interviews, what state are most people in? Well, mostly they're stressed, they can barely speak their own name, they fall over themselves, they say stupid things, when in fact what they want to be is in the state of being confident and fluid and flowing and putting the best foot forward and answering questions in the most brilliant and clever way and showing themselves to be their best. That's a great example of states. In interviews, most people have lots of great things to say. They've applied for a job. They're probably, relatively well qualified for it. What they've got to do is somehow convey that, and that's where states come in. So, how do we change states? Well, lots of ways to change states, but one of the best ways is to get familiar with the states that you want to get into. And one of the things people often ask me, they go, well, I really want to be calm. But I find it difficult to get calm because when I'm stressed, that's the opposite state of calm. It's quite difficult for me to get into feelings of calm. How do you do it? And the secret is two things. First thing is practice. If the pathways between frustration, anxiety, stress, and calm are not very used, not very powerful, not very strong, because the more, as we know, for neuroplasticity, the more you use a pathway, the stronger it gets. Then if you're in the state of stress, then getting to the state of calm is quite tricky because it's not really a very good route there. But of course, with practice, the more you practice shifting into that state, the easier it becomes. The other thing is that the more you access the state of calm, so let's say you're not even stressed, you're just watching TV or use the ad break, or you're waiting for a bus or whatever it is, and you think, oh, I'm just going to spend a bit of time getting into the state of calm. The more you do that, the more easy it is to access the state of calm when you're not calm, when you're stressed. So practice is key. But there's a very specific way to practice, and that's what I'm really going to look at today. How do you deeply access a state of calm? So what I'd like you to do, just check this out. Think about a time when you were calm. And as you recall that time when you were calm, just notice on a scale of 0 to 10, where 10 is very calm and 0 is not calm, what number that brings to you as you reconnect with that feeling. Now hopefully, if you've chosen a decent memory, and this is an important step in this, is get in touch with a good quality memory. Don't choose an average memory, a memory about 3, 4 or 5 on that scale, because that won't have much kind of juice to get you into the calm state or any other state, but particularly the calm state. So make sure that memory would be at least an 8, quite good quality memory. Now we have millions of memories. Choose one that you know is very calm. And the second thing you have to do once you've chosen a decent memory is you need to immerse yourself into it. And that again is what I really want to focus on now. So first of all, choose a good memory. So as I think about a time when I was really relaxed, just this weekend I was very lucky to go to a friend's wedding in Tuscany. Beautiful place. And I can recall being there quite easily because it's very recent. And as I think about being in Tuscany, this is what I would do. I would focus on, first of all, really being there. Don't kind of imagine seeing yourself, oh, I imagine myself in Tuscany. Actually, step away from wherever you are right now, so I'm in my living room, and actually replant yourself in my case, in Tuscany. And think about a particular moment. And as you do, then what you want to do is you want to focus on 3 different things. First thing is probably what you see. It doesn't matter which order you do these in. We're going to do what you see, what you hear, and what you can feel. But most people seeing will be the first thing they want to focus on. And imagine, when you think back to that time, what could you see in that moment? So I'm thinking about just after the wedding ceremony, went out to this beautiful arched doorway into, and outside of the arch was this amazing Tuscan countryside. Have you ever been to Italy? These kind of cypressa trees that are tall and sort of rolling hills and a blue sky. So that's what I can see. I can see the greens of these things. I can notice the blueness of the sky. I can see the distance, things that are near us, things that are close. So I can see this archway, the light coming through, people going to meet the bride and groom, and this just magical view. Then the next thing you do, having checked out what you can see, is you think about what you can hear. So there I am. I can remember just stepping through this doorway and hearing in my head, because sometimes it's voices outside or sounds outside, and sometimes it's what we're saying in our head. In this moment, I'm like, wow, that's so beautiful. And it really was very, very beautiful. And then hearing the chat of other people experiencing the same thing, you go, oh, what an amazing place. And a little bit further along, people meeting the bride and groom, I can hear them chatting. I can hear the background of piano music being piped through from speakers. So that's what I can hear. And thirdly, notice what you can feel, what you can sense. So it's a warm day, so I can feel how hot it was. I can feel it's slightly cooler in this archway as I go out towards the garden. I can feel the stone that I'm walking on. It's got those kind of old paving stones from medieval times, probably. And I can also feel the excitement about the rest of the day and how nice it is to be part of this experience. So those are the things that I can see, hear, and feel. And whenever you want to re-immerse into powerful memory, by calling out the things that you can see, that you can hear, and that you can feel, will massively increase your connection with that feeling, with that state. You'll also notice, as I'm talking about this, it's a calm memory. My voice is relatively slow because, of course, that's how I felt all the time. In this particular case, there's also, not only is there a calmness, there's an excitement. And so there's moments when, as I talk about it, I talk about how amazing it is. So have your voice tone match the experience for you. The more you practice this, the more you practice connecting with positive, healthy emotions like calmness, confidence, happiness, joy, love, connection, whatever it is for you that you need, energy, of course, for many people. The more you connect with that, the stronger the pathways are to that state and the easier it is to access it. And that has a direct effect on how your body works. Because our body is led by what our brain's doing. And interestingly, we have huge amounts of power over how we can change how our brain works and then how we can influence how our body feels. So I hope you found that useful. The key points to take away are: spend some time thinking about good quality memories. Lots of research to say this is not only good and fun, but it's really, really healthy for your body. It changes the way your body responds to all sorts of stuff. Changes your internal body chemistry. So it's not just happy thoughts, it's actually changing your health. So choose a decent memory, practice a lot, and use this idea of getting in touch with what you can see, what you can hear, and what you can feel. So until the next one, you take care now. Bye.